Hello and welcome to the I Go Figure Club Improvement Series. My name is Kyle Zagrodzky, and this is volume number 4. Thank you for attending. If you have any interest in watching any of the other Club Improvement Series tips we've put on, please go to igofigure.com and click on the training tab. You'll see them listed over there on the left, or you could just simply go to them from our home page. Listen, I'm really glad you could tune in and listen to our series. We think that the information here is both positive, concise, and beneficial to you for keeping members longer and adding new members. As many of you know, if you've watched any of the previous tips that we've talked about, I'm all about adding new revenue sources to your facility and creating additional profit centers. Recently, I was on the American Council for Exercise website, the ACE website, and those are the ones that do the personal training certifications, and they talked about the top 10 fitness trends for 2011. A few of them have really segued nicely into what I've been talking about over the past several months on our Club Improvement Series, and they have to do with creating small classes, medium-sized group instruction classes, and of course utilizing technology like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And those are the 3 of the 10 that I really wanted to focus on today. If you want to go ahead and learn a little bit more about what they're talking about in that article, I encourage you to go to our website, igofigure.com, and in our blog we discuss the article a little bit and link to it from there. So feel free to go take advantage of that. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Of the 3 things they were talking about, I'm going to go and mention, well, a different one that doesn't really have so much to do with making you money, but it is something they pointed out in the article that most people tend to agree with, which is that we are at what we call the new normal, or the base on our economy, and we've been slowly growing from there. It hasn't been a fast growth, but we are slowly coming out of the recession, and that is good news for everybody. The main reason why we'll start seeing more and more revenue dollars pick up is when we're in a recession and the economy is trending downward. People hold on to their money, and the main reason why they do that is people don't want to spend $100 on an item or a service that could be worth $90 later on. People like it when the economy is growing because they know they could spend $100 on a product or service now that might be worth $110 later on. So there's a great deal of perceived added value when the economy is growing, and so people start letting go of their dollars and spending more money. That's why it's very important to have a growing economy, and for our perspective, the health club industry, one of those services that people can simply live without. And so when the economy is rough, people stop spending money and they start cutting on services they don't necessarily think they need, like staying fit at the gym. Now that we're going to see the uptick in the economy, we expect more memberships to be coming in, and that's a good thing for all of us. So let's go ahead and get started. Based upon that, the ACE website pointed out that technology is going to be one of the trends for 2011. And what they mean by that specifically is they're talking about Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. In previous Club Improvement tips, I've talked about the benefits of Facebook of creating connectivity. You see, as we talked about earlier, Microsoft Wii little fitness gaming consoles, the Microsoft Xbox and PlayStation 3, those are all coming out with their own fitness exercise gaming things. And Microsoft believes that they're going to be able to take 10 to 15% of the health club paying members out of the gym to work out in front of their TV with their gaming console. And that's a big deal to us. And so one of the things that we pointed out as a way for you to protect yourself against that is to create professional relationships between you and your staff and member to member. One of the technology tools out there that's available to you and free is Facebook. Every club needs to have its own health club Facebook page. The reason for that is that members check their Facebook accounts all the time. No matter what you do, they're not going to be checking your health club website all the time, but they will check their Facebook. Greater chance they're going to see what's going on in your club, any specials you have going on, any group instruction classes you're adding through updates in their Facebook page. One club owner recently commented that she got a lot more traffic on her club's Facebook page than she did on her own website. That's a huge deal. You need to have a Facebook page. It's going to help create connectivity to your club, but also member-to-member connectivity, because other members will be able to see who's in the club and start creating sub-communities within your club. And you can inspire that. based upon things like different classes that you know that people have interested in. So you have like a racquetball facilities, you could add that, or if it's an outside running club or something like that, you could hook those people up through your Facebook page. Twitter is a great way to just give people constant top-of-the-mind awareness and reminders about what's going on in the club as well. And finally, YouTube. A clip like this could be a very simple thing to put together. And for stuff that's going on in the club, I recommend you keep them 30 seconds to 2 minutes in length if you can, because people aren't going to want to sit there and listen to longer than that. Videos have a great way of becoming viral if you can make them fun, short, sweet, informative. And not only can it create interest in your club, but highlight the fact that you are a professional in this industry that has knowledge that these people are going to be able to take advantage of. So take advantage of that technology and leverage that relationship building and connectivity to your club. It's a great tool to do it. Now, if you aren't creating those personal relationships and acknowledging people in their club, within the club, that technology is going to have a slower start than you could really want it to. So it is a tool. It is not necessarily the means to the end, but it is a tool that can help you get there and do faster what hopefully you're already doing in your club. The second thing they're really talking about is the most popular workouts. Of course, we know this: boot camps, dance classes, suspension training, interval training, this kind of thing are really important. As I pointed out previously, the British Military Fitness Group over in the UK, that whole system is based upon just doing outside classes with no brick and mortar business at all. People are going and meeting in parks, they're paying their trainer, and bam, that person makes a income doing that, and the members really like it. Of course, in the middle of winter, it's not so much fun, but as the weather starts getting nicer, you can start actually adding outside classes to your repertoire of services without having to expand your facility. And one of the things that we talked about a bit when my travels around the world and listening to how people are doing these things, you can make more money for your facility on classes that are 12 to 15 members, okay? People like paying for small one-on-one instruction, as we know through personal trainers and small groups of like 3 to 4 people. That 12 to 15 member mark is really great because people still feel like it's personal enough that you can still charge money for it. And we did a little example of how much more people were willing to make. And we found there's about 2.5 times more money a facility can make off of one instructor teaching a 12 to 15 person class as opposed to a personal trainer teaching one person at a time. It also helps diversify your risk because you have a lot more members getting involved. So if a few members cancel a class, the class still goes on and you still do just fine with that. Now, one of the things that we want to go ahead and point out is that we're finding that people are going to pay, we call it levels of cream. There was a book that I read by Joe Spolstra a number of years ago called, what the heck was the name of that book? I'll think of it in a minute. It was called Marketing Outrageously. And one of the things he talked about in the book were called levels of cream. People will pay more for different service levels all the time. And to give you an example of this, you could have a special package for people that say, look, I want to jumpstart my program. I want to work with a personal trainer, but I can't afford a personal trainer all year long. You can say, well, we have a package that's perfect for you. It starts out with 5 personal training sessions, you one-on-one with a personal trainer to jumpstart your workouts. That goes on for 2.5, 3 weeks. Then after that, we recommend you go to a small group setting. Let's say that there's just 4 people that want to work with a personal trainer that are at your fitness level. So you buy 5 with just a personal trainer to kind of get in the rhythm. Another 5 sessions with a small group, so you're working with 3 or 4 other people, but you don't require all that one-on-one personal time. And then we'll sell you a package of 10 larger group sessions of just 12 to 15 people. So you've got 5 personal, 5 small, and 10 with a medium, with a more of a larger group of 12 to 15 people. And there are boot camp kind of deals, and you could track each one of those packages. Now, you'll need a software system that will enable you to track the personal training sessions, the small group training sessions, and, of course, the large group training sessions all independently of each other in case somebody wants to jump in at one particular point and do a small group instead of their one-on-one personal training thing. You could do that with GoFigure, of course. I'm sure there might be some other software out there that can handle that as well, but tracking those sessions and creating those levels of cream so you could sell more of your boot camps, your small group trainings, and your personal trainings. Those are new profit centers for you. You could take advantage of them. We're huge advocates of them, and we're very excited about seeing you guys start taking advantage of ways to get people to work out outside. We think that's a fantastic way to do it. On a final note, I do want to go ahead and point out book recommendation for you guys that I think will help you understand this concept a little bit better. This book was recommended to me earlier this year in Barcelona at the URSA show in Barcelona. And there was a guy there, Steve Jack. He's got his own website, stevejack.com. Really interesting fellow, runs around and does trainings for everybody. But he highly recommended me the book called Tribes. And here's a printout of it. I saw it on my I read it on my iPad by Seth Godin, and it's called Tribes. This discusses the group mindset and the ability for you to create a following of people behind your concept. And we think that you can do that with the boot camps, the outside classes, the small group training. Couple that with what you're going to do with Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and I think you guys are going to be able to really leverage some fantastic revenue opportunities this year, and you're going to do great. We're really behind you in every way we can, and we're really glad you guys tuned in today. And if you want to watch any of these videos, again, I recommend you go to our website and just you get to them right from our homepage. That's the easy way. Also, feel free to give me a comment or suggestion on what you might think, and our contact us, and there's a little link in there, our contact us at igofigure.com, where you can contact the CEO. That's me, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Here's to 2011. Let's make it a great year, everybody. Take care.
Denko